Today's talkers.
That's right. So let's
get
do
to
it, Justin.
Come on.
And we are so happy to tell you this afternoon that our Detroit Tigers are not finished just yet. They're headed to Seattle for Game 5 of the ALDS. Now, Justin, I know this is your territory right here.
Take
it away from me, please.
They had an enormous victory yesterday. I mean, backs against the wall. Really coming up. Win or go home for them. Seattle could have clinched to get in like the Blue Jays did over the Yankees yesterday. They got a huge win against Seattle. And their first win, actually, funny enough, in Comerica Park in over a month. It had been that long. They've been struggling. That was no secret in September. But I'll tell you what, the crowd had to show up for this one out there. They knew that a loss would mean that the season's done. And it wasn't the best start for the Tigers. Runs in the second, third, and fifth inning for Seattle. But then the Tigers struck back quickly. There's a Javi Baez single you see right there. And they really got going in the bottom of that fifth. That's when they tied it up. And then this absolute moonshot by Riley Green, 454-foot homer to right center, and that gave the Tigers a lead they would not relinquish. First of 3 home runs on the day for the Tigers.
That is right, and one of those runs, like you said, coming from Javier Baez, who had himself quite the game, stealing a base, hitting a home run, and driving in 4 runs in their mid-game offensive surge. But right now, as we speak, they're headed to Seattle for a high-stakes Game 5. That dream is still alive now, isn't it, right?
It is, most definitely. Yeah, both teams, it's win or go home for both of them.
That's right, win or go home. But we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Our Tigers are doing well. They're not going to let us down, so we're going to send them all that loving energy right their way.
Well, and you know what else helps? They have who's probably going to be the Cy Young for the second straight year, Tarek Skubal. He's going to be on the mound for Game 5. Now, the one thing is he's pitched against Seattle 3 times this year.
Right.
The Tigers haven't won any of those games. Now, he didn't take the loss in all the games, but the Tigers didn't win those games. So you know what they say, 4 times the charm.
Oh, they do?
I think so.
They say it's the 4th, not the 3rd?
I'm saying it, 4 times the charm. It's got to be tomorrow, otherwise Tigers will be going home. But if they do make the ALCS, they haven't been there since 2013. A lot of big Tigers fans remember how that ended. We played the Boston Red Sox. I'm not even going to mention because everyone at home already knows. I don't want to bring up those bad memories, but that's the last time they were there. So it's been 12 seasons. Hopefully they can find the momentum they need, and we can get out of Seattle with a win, go to Toronto to take on the Jays.
Okay, but 4th time is the charm.
That's what I'm saying. I'm branding that. 4 times the charm. We need an extra chance here.
Okay, well, let's see that.
That's all we're about.
Just an extra chance. All right.
For sure.
But another thing people are really talking about online, everyone's favorite candies is offering a unique program that'll be giving away free candy this Halloween, which is pretty nice if you ask me.
Really, really cool. So if you've got a few hungry trick-or-treaters this year, maybe a little more than what you might have budgeted for, M&M's, they're going to be here to help. And so for the 3rd year in a row, they're bringing back their Halloween Rescue Squad program. Now, it's just available for that day only, which is going to be Friday the 31st. That's Halloween night, of course, starting at 5 p.m.
Yeah, and here's how it works, everybody, okay? First, you have to live in an area that the delivery service GoPuff delivers to. And yes, if you're wondering, they do deliver right here in Lansing, okay?
There you go.
So if you run out of candy on Halloween, all you have to do is head on over to the website, MMSHalloweenRescueSquad.com, and there you can submit your request for a candy refill. And they're guaranteeing a GoPuff delivery in under an hour while supplies last.
Impressive.
That's right, okay? But hopefully, the supplies do last for quite a while. With Halloween being on a Friday this year, they're also already saying that they're expecting a larger turnout too. And they claim they'll be giving away more candy than ever before. So they're preparing, you already know.
Yep, and being a Friday, you know, trick-or-treating will go later and all that too. I'm sure everyone will take advantage. So you got to head to the GoPuff website to see if your address is somewhere they can deliver. And if they do, again, what a great way to avoid any of those tricks on Halloween. You don't want to get teepee. You don't want to have any of that stuff. So important to avoid any sort of candy catastrophe at any cost. And in this instance, the cost is actually free. So a pretty good deal for folks.
Can I ask you a crazy question?
What's that?
Have you ever TP'd at home?
I plead the 5th.
Oh? Oh my God,
I don't know. I would never do something like that. Never.
I hope not, Justin. But
not recently.
Not recently.
No.
Heard you. Well, now for a community catch-up right here in Michigan, over in Pontiac. One well-known haunted house is preparing for its scare actors for the Halloween season by sending them to scare school. Okay? Employees with Arriva's Haunted Attraction School are instructing the newbies on all of the important curriculum, such as zombie shuffling, demon shrieking, walking on stilts, and wielding a spiked club. So the new hires also learn about makeup application, costuming, how to get into their roles and personas, as well as rules about interacting with the guests. Take a listen.
Once you're hired and you're part of our team and we feel comfortable with you and we feel like you're one of us, we'll go and we'll initiate scare school. And that's when we bring them in and we just teach them how to scare safely, how to have fun while you're scaring, and the psychology of a scare.
Well, the haunted house doesn't track exactly how many people they scare, but they do count the people that don't make it through. Last year, 10,000 people brought a ticket at the front door. They actually didn't make it out of the normal exit. And they also tracked the number of guests who faint, who vomit, or just perhaps wet themselves. Don't be embarrassed. It's okay. It happens to everybody. But that data is displayed on the Wimp Out scoreboard. Talk about an amazing time. But you know what? Don't get scared here on Studio